Right, let's take you to Nelson Mandela Bay now. That municipality says projects aimed at improving water infrastructure are taking shape. It's committed to completing a number of these by the end of March. The municipality facing a severe drought crisis with dam levels just above 12%. This morning, the St. George's Wellfield borehole has officially been commissioned. Newzroom Afrika's Siphosethu Booi watching that space for us. Siphosethu, good morning to you once again. Give us an update on the connection of the borehole. What does it mean? Does it bring some relief for the residents?
Definitely, Booi. And what we understood from the media briefing that, of course, Deputy Mayor Mkhuseli Jack, who's going to be joining us, and Water Distribution Director Barry Martin, including the MMC for Infrastructure, Joseph Tsatsi, they spoke to us just about how this project will then assist the residents of Nelson Mandela Bay, particularly in the areas of Woma, including Fairview, those areas were without water for a good week, Booi, which really did give a bit of a wake-up call for the residents of Gqeberha as to how life will be if water is not saved, and also just to implement the water-saving tips that the municipality has been speaking about largely. Joining me now is, of course, the Deputy Mayor Mkhuseli Jack, who's going to be speaking to us about the importance of this project. Deputy Mayor, thank you very much for your time. Please speak to us about these areas that this particular borehole site will now producing water to here in Gqeberha.
Yes, this borehole is going to add more like 2 million milliliter for us into, we are going to have a lot of water from this, which will be provided to the metro here, Humud, South End, and City Hall and North End. That will take off the burden from the main reservoirs that we had before, which many of them have suffered as a consequence of lesser water from the dams where we're getting that are dry at the moment. Most of them, they are below like 8%. So fortunately, these projects of augmentation have managed us to get sufficient water to keep our people getting water and to have water for some time. The reason for that is because if the people continue to get to save water, we will be able to preserve water up until maybe the rainy season comes. As you know, we have been having problems for the last 8 years of a terrible drought. But now we have managed to get sufficient water to keep going. But unfortunately, our people are going above what we have, just but a little bit. And we have imposed some few restrictions, like 50 liters per home per day. So that will mean that can take us really deep into the rainy season. If the people go above that and continue to consume more than we provide, the volume that we are allowed, then we will be in big trouble. And we are also fortunate that the Department of Water and Sanitation has been really behind us and supporting us in every step of the way to make sure that the taps never dry and day zero is avoided.
And also the issue of the meetings that the municipality has been holding with communities, just to practically give them tips on saving water, and also just highlighting the impact that drought has on the residents of the metro. Speak to us also about the reception of these meetings, and if whether or not the residents are attending the meetings to get the information that they need with regards to where we are as far as the drought crisis is concerned.
Yes, we have embarked on a very aggressive communication program where we are enlightening people. In those meetings, people pose questions. The most disturbing to them is the idea that there were a lot of leaks that were going on, And at the beginning, of course, that was a hurdle for us to overcome and explain to people that these leakages sometimes happen as a consequence of a decaying and rotten infrastructure that we have that is old. And therefore, we fix here, we can fix in the same row of houses, just like 20 meters from each other, it bursts somewhere else, and so on and so on, and the water will run into the streets. And the people have been forcing us or telling us to fix those things because that's where the water. And I think our job is we're winning in fixing the leaks. On average, like 600 a day, that's what our people are doing. And that now is convincing the public that we mean business and we are serious about it. And as we get those things, I am convinced that we are going to do well. And the reception is getting better. But at the beginning, the people could not understand when the infrastructure the water is all over the place. How can you tell us to save water? But now they understand that we are. But we explain that, unfortunately, as we fix these leaks, new ones come up every day because of the state of our piping system, and that is going to improve with time because we're investing in infrastructure of improving that in the next 5 years. So we will be doing a lot of repairs, maintenance, and upgrades, and that is what is going to make sure that we keep the metro with water all the time, and there will be no problem.
We hear there are fines that will be given to people who don't adhere to the water consumption, the restriction that the municipality has set out. Please speak to us about the fine.
We haven't reached that stage. We are just talking. We hope that we will never reach to a point where we're going to have to punish people on their consumption at the moment. But those who go over, of course, there are measures that are taken against them. But very soon, that will be really, really heavy on people who will be transgressing, because the danger of us having no water as a consequence of recklessness is something that we have all to stand together and avoid. And I think our people are definitely going to avoid that.
Deputy Mayor Mkhuseli Booi speaking to us just about how this water borehole project will be implementing and also just how it will affect the people of Gqeberha and also surrounding areas of Fairview, Humewood, and also just the areas of warmer location, because we've seen in the past week and also Newton Park businesses, including residents, struggling to get water for a good week. So this could be the change that the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro needs to push back day zero. That is estimated to be by effect by the end of July should the water restrictions residents don't follow. So it is important that all the communities of Gqeberha and surrounding areas to make sure that they do preserve water when they visit the metro.
Siphosethu Booi, thank you very much for that update.